everybody, Taylor here from Ciao Bella Sewing. I hope you all are doing well. I know a lot of my sewers are going to be doing some great indoor activities over the next couple of weeks. So I just wanted to show you guys how to make some scrunchies. This has been a very popular project that we've done with a lot of our sewers, so I'm excited to show you guys how to make scrunchies so you can actually make them at home. This is what they're going to look like. You guys will love them. They are super, super cute. And I just wanted to take a minute to also say hello to all of my amazing students. I miss you guys, and I hope you guys are all doing well and staying busy. If you guys have any sewing questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I hope to see you guys all very, very soon. Okay, so let's get started with our scrunchies. For starters, you are going to want to make sure that you are using some stretchy material. This material is from Joann Fabrics. It's part of their Doodles collection, but any sort of stretchy material will work. If you have an old t-shirt that's really stretchy, maybe an old pair of pants that are stretchy, you can also cut those up so you can use what you have in your house already, okay? So with your material that's stretchy, you're going to want to make sure that it's cut 22 inches long and 4 inches across. You are also going to need some elastic, and you're going to want your elastic to be 8 inches long, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold this fabric in half. Just like this, making sure my edges are nice and even, which they are. I have my tape measure, and I'm going to start pinning 2 inches from the top. So about right there, I'm going to mark it with a pin. And I'm also going to start measuring 2 inches from the bottom. Then I'm going to add a few pins in between. Again, making sure that it's nice and secure, so when you go to sew, your fabric will stay together and it won't move around. So now, I'm going to start sewing 2 inches from the top, and I'm going to finish sewing 2 inches from the bottom. I'm going to line up my fabric right here with the edge of my presser foot, but you guys can also follow the 5/8 seam allowance as well. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Make sure to reverse when you start and when you finish, okay? So I just got to my last pin, so I'm going to reverse. Finishing my stitch. I'll pick up my lever, pull my project out, cut your threads as you go. I always think that's a little bit easier than cutting them all at the end. So now I'm going to quickly turn this right side out. It's going to look like a tube, okay? But both ends are open, so you will be able to flip it right side out, no problem. You can use your hands to flip it. If you can't use your hands, maybe your material is not stretchy enough, you can go ahead and you can actually use a safety pin to help you flip it as well. So here I am. Again, just gonna flip this very quickly for you guys so the right sides of the fabric are showing. Again, also known as the pretty sides, as we always see in our classes. Okay, so now that this is all almost flipped right side out, what I'm going to do is make sure that I lay it so the seam that we just sewed is facing the ceiling. I'm going to take my 2 top edges, hold them up in the air like this, and put them together. Making sure now that the right sides or the colorful sides are touching each other. And I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to pin all the way across the top part right here. Again, making sure that these 2 pieces of fabric are nice and even. Now, I love using stretchy material for scrunchies because you're actually able to pull the material a little bit, making sure that these 2 edges become even. That's very important. Okay. Okay, so now that this is pinned, I'm gonna go ahead and sew straight across, again, reversing when you start and reversing when you finish sewing. Great, so now that that is finished, I pick up the lever, pull the project out, again, cut my threads as I go. And now you're gonna look like, your project is gonna look like a headband almost. But this actually is what it's supposed to look like. Good thing you have this opening here still, so you're able to use your safety pin and your elastic, and you're going to fish the safety pin around the entire scrunchie. I use the safety pin as a guide. I start right here, I put the safety pin in the hole. I go ahead, I bunch the fabric onto the safety pin, and then I pull the fabric back while still holding the top of the safety pin. Now, you have to make sure that you do not lose this back end of the elastic. So a trick here is you can actually go ahead and just pin it right here at the opening so you don't lose it. So I'm gonna go ahead, keep working around the tube, and I'm gonna push the safety pin through. Again, the fabric is going to start to gather, and as you progress on this step, it's going to start to look more and more like a scrunchie. Okay, great. So now I have the safety pin out like that, and I have my pin right here. So I'm going to take the pin out. I'm going to remove the safety pin, making sure that I don't lose my elastic because we just worked so hard to get it all the way through. And as you guys can see, I kind of just stretched it right here because I wanted to make sure that the elastic is not twisted inside. That's really important. I'm going to go ahead and put this down. You can actually sew through your elastic. So if you're wondering if you could, you definitely can sew right through it. So we're going to sew the elastic together. So you guys can see, I did a lot of sewing there. I wanted to make sure that it's very secure. I'm going to pick that up, pull it out. Again, cutting all my threads as I go. So now we have something that looks almost just like a scrunchie. So we are nearly finished here. We just need to pin this top part together and sew across it, and then we will be finished. So I'm going to start right here with my middle seams, fold them in like this and like this. So I want to make sure that my two middle seams are even and aligned first. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just pin around this top part right here. So the opening basically. So what was open, you want to pin it shut. Because again, we're going to sew this part closed. So I'm going to go ahead and do this side. I fold the fabric in like that, making sure that it looks nice and pretty. Okay. Adding my pins as I go. So now it looks like that, okay? So the last step, we're gonna go ahead and sew this closed. I like to sew a little bit slower on this step because I really want to make sure that it looks nice and pretty. Finish up my stitch, pick up my lever, pull my project out, cut my threads very well so no one can see them. Make sure to cut your threads on the top and the bottom. Don't forget you always have 2 threads when you sew. And check this out, guys. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? This is the perfect scrunchie. You can use it to put your hair up in the next couple of days and you guys are going to be looking super cute. just like that. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this fun tutorial on learning how to make a scrunchie. And again, I miss you guys all, and I hope to see all my amazing students very, very soon.